for me, a person who's in a new profession, 7 months of a new profession in an institution that's on NCAA probation, selfishly, I was looking for some best practices by other institutions in our conference. We also had the SEC involved as well. There were two main takeaways for me. One is lots of Pac-10 schools seem to be using extenders of compliance, if you will. That is, it could be trainers, athletic staff, people who are around your student athletes a lot more than the compliance staff or others. That might be that might answer questions for student athletes, might be a resource for them, and so using them, and then having particularly position coaches really on a football team in particular have their antennae up and be strong enough and disciplined enough and courageous enough to ask tough questions and, if appropriate, talk to compliance about those issues. That was one strong takeaway, more tactical than strategic. The other one, strategic may be the wrong word, takeaway for me was that we need, and I, as USC's athletic director, really need to embrace the concept of our guys here who want to go to the NFL and the NBA. The discussion was, hey, we're kidding ourselves if we don't believe in our heart that every one of these guys want to go to the NFL or NBA. So if you start with that premise, that's okay. Embrace that, but have a dual track where you can encourage that, you can support that, but on the other hand, it's not mutually exclusive to doing well in school. Now, it's just, I have been one that often starts with a negative and saying, hey, your odds of going to the NFL are remote. It kind of flipped a switch for me a little bit. That's not what they want to hear. And if they're going to trust us, and they may never, our student athletes may never trust a bunch of guys who are a lot older than they, in suits, we're going to have to kind of think how they think. And then I guess maybe a third takeaway, as I'm thinking here now, is really having some sort of ombudsman in the athletic department that can really be a counselor to them, that is viewed independent of us, that can give them real advice about choosing an agent and what do you do if you sign a big contract and those kind of things. So it was useful to me to hear my other Pac-10 athletic directors who have been doing this much longer than I. Came away with some interesting concepts, but for me personally, it's really a different mindset for me.